I know, Mickey. This is ridiculous. So if anyone is starting to watch this stream at this point, I tried to go live on Instagram and they have changed the rules. Maybe because I was attempting to go live a long time ago and I was just playing around and didn't see any issues. I just spaced that they were going to take it away from anyone who wasn't followed by 1,000 people because they want to be able to make it worth their time to do live streams. Great. It makes you feel so valued as a person who does stuff on the internet. But that's okay. Hopefully we'll have some folks join us here soon. And right, Mickey? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna start right now. I've got a few things that I'm gonna pull out because these are kind of delicate. Oh God, where did the other one go? Well, hopefully I find it before I break it. But I did find the Ronald McDonald glass, as well as I have Big Mac somewhere around here. He's hiding. So that was a cool find. I think this was 80s, 70s or 80s. I'll have to look up the date on these ones, but I definitely remember having these as a kid. So that was kind of cool. And I know Corey will love that too. So I put everything in my cabinet of curiosities over here. I found some really cool stuff. And it's a nice nice time when I get off work and don't have any specific projects that I'm working on, that I get to grab some of this stuff. I wanted to start with the comic books here. These are all very cool. Actually, I'll pull them all out so you get to see what I found. There's one in here that's worth a little bit of money, so that made me even happier to find these. Ooh, let me be careful with that one. That'll be the last surprise. I should probably put it in one of those bags. Bags and boards are important, right? Hi, let's see. Who do we got? Luxury cars. Hi. Oh my gosh, 19 people. Hello. Holy macaroni. Thanks for coming out of nowhere. If you're joining me, I was trying to go live on Instagram, but you know. Hi. How's it going, Alexia? I was trying to go live on Instagram and they don't find me worthy enough because I don't have 1,000 followers. So maybe if you're new here, please go follow me on Instagram so I can do some lives there. Unless you like YouTube lives, we can do that too. That would be great. So yay. Oh my gosh, 41 people. Holy cow. Hi, Gloria. Oh my gosh. I don't know all your names. Say hi. Sound off in the comments. Oh, you don't have Instagram? Okay. That's okay. I can try and do one a stream, like maybe back and forth between Instagram and YouTube. Yay! Thank you for subbing here. Help me grow my channel. I might actually start doing deep dives into some of this stuff that I've been finding because I've been finding some cool stuff. Okay. So these are kind of classic. Here, Mickey, you gotta move. These are classic comic books that I found, some Harvey classics. So I got Tom and Jerry. These are really cool. And so I don't know if you're like me, I really love like the texture and the feel of like these old comics. They're so classic and they remind me of my childhood. If my dog barks, that's because he sees someone passing by outside. Kingston, you want to say hi? Come here. You want to say hello? No, he says hi. Anyways, back to the comics. Here's a Richie Rich comic. That's pretty cool. Is this fast for you guys? Okay, Gloria. Which language do you speak, Gloria? Espanol? I don't know if my Duolingo is strong enough for Spanish. Okay. I'm trying to remember my Spanish. I remember how to read Spanish, so if you want to type in Spanish, I might be able to remember. 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9. Knuckles Echidna. There's a cool one. This one's got a cool Barbie ad on the back. Okay, this one made me laugh because I find Littlest Pet Shop every once in a while. I had no idea they had a comic book. Hi, Carter. Got the Little Mermaid with Power Rangers ad on the back. Captain Crunch Power Rangers. Another Little Mermaid. Lion King. So this is 90s. Coming soon to theaters everywhere. I have a specific memory about The Lion King, and I will keep that for myself. Then we got another Barbie comic with Peanut Butter Captain Crunch ad on the back. Barbie. And check this out. On the back, does anybody remember Page Master? The Macaulay Culkin animated movie. I remember that movie. Come here. Then we've got some Archie comics. Betty and Me. Another Archie comic, but this one's cool. Look, it's got an Indiana Jones parody for the Flintstones cereal. Cocoa Pebbles. Another Archie comic, and a Popsicle 1776 ad. Now this is the one that when I saw this stack, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure this one might be worth a little bit. And I looked it up. I can't remember the price on this one, but it's Uncle Scrooge. And I know some of those Walt Disney Uncle Scrooge comics can go for a little bit. So that's that for the comics. Oh, wait, no, correction. Okay, so are any of you younger? So, like, is your generation, like, childhood in the early 2000s? Because I have some Shonen Jump manga here from 2008. That's July 2008. There's another December 2009. And this one is July 2009. So that's pretty cool. I used to get the Mix magazines, which had Sailor Moon. That was like when Sailor Moon was first coming in US translation. So that was pretty cool. And then I think I still have all my Mix magazines, but my ex stole all my Sailor Moon comics because they had a subscription for Mix magazine and then they switched to comic format. But those somehow disappeared when we split up. So that was kind of annoying. Let's see. Is anyone familiar with the Power Rangers? Because I thought that this was kind of a fun find. I believe this is the Imaginext one. You can tell by the feet there. The Imaginext. I have a bunch of Power Ranger stuff in here. A lot of what I get is sometimes like the character McDonald's stuff. So let's see. These were these were the McDonald's ones. So I've got like the Dino guys, and I think this one butted the head. Is that right? Oh yeah, that was fun. And then we've got like they fought when you press the weird thing in their back. My favorite anime, that would be Sailor Moon, obviously. I actually have a Sailor Moon tattoo on. It's like under here. But I also have Marceline, the Vampire Queen, and then Stebani right here. Sailor Moon, Shaun of the Dead tattoos. that kind of stuff. What's your guys' favorite toys? Demon Slayer? Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah, so a little bit of history about me is I actually used to be a project manager at Funko, and I was mostly in charge of the anime stuff when it came out. So I got to be a part of, let's see, what do we do? I think we had Demon Slayer at that time, and the Sailor Moon stuff. The Sailor Moon was like when you started at Funko, they asked you what your ultimate project would be to work on. So when I started there, I said Sailor Moon and Shaun of the Dead, and we ended up doing both of those. And the Sailor Moon one took 2 years, 2 years from when I started to actually, be in production and made. But they were trying, and it was cool working there. You got to kind of give an idea of what you wanted to do. Yeah. So that's nice little history about me. Before that, I actually worked at Archie McPhee. If anybody knows what Archie McPhee is, that was a kind of a little novelty shop. They did things like the Hander pants and the unicorn mask head, the horse head. We actually did that as well. Let's see. And then years back previously with my ex and I, we had a kind of a little business that was toys and collectibles, similar to what I do now. And that was called Heroes for Sale. So that was around 1999, 2000. So I'm old as shit. Excuse me. Hopefully you're okay that I swear. Let's see, what else do I got in my cabinet of curiosities here? Got some more Power Rangers. So that one actually is really cool. I like that one. So the classics, Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney stuff is really popular with my shows. I do shows around Seattle, so like the Punk Rock Flea Market, that one's coming up. Let's see, Odd Mall, that's in Monroe, the fairgrounds, Evergreen Fairgrounds. I'll be doing Rewind Con in Puyallup. That's going to be a cool one because there's a lot of like really famous people that are going to be there. They just announced Bobcat Goldthwait, which I got to hang out with him. He was really cool. That was, how long ago was that? That had to have been about 10 years ago. We were at a tiki bar at San Diego Comic-Con, and there was karaoke, and they started playing Don't Stop Believing, and he said, I hate this song. So don't ever play that song around Bobcat Goldthwait. Or if you do, he'll probably walk out of the room. So there's a Goofy figure. I have a lot to share. Let's see. This one is really cool. This is actually one of the license plates from the 25th anniversary of Walt Disney World. I think that was in the 90s, if I remember correctly. Alexia, how old are you? So, I just want to kind of get an idea of how old you are so I can see if there's anything that you remember from when you were young. Because I try and have stuff from... Awesome. I try and have stuff from like when you were young, from when I was young, from when, my mom and dad were young. I try and find things like from everybody's eras. So that way they have something to relate to. And so 11, you were born... My gosh, that would be 2015? Is that right? That can't be right. So 2015, around then. Oh gosh. So you probably know the Shonen Jump stuff. And then Cars, of course, 2014. Okay. So Cars. Do you remember this? I saw this and I thought it was like the coolest thing. So this is the Cars and it has like a little programmable screen. I can turn it on. Yeah, I thought this was super cool.
It's a great day for racing. Let's go! Lightning's ready. Time to hit the track.
I want to say that's maybe an Owen Wilson impersonator.
What's next? I'd say winning another race.
Yeah, that's Owen Wilson. That's an Owen Wilson impersonator. Okay, I'm going to turn that off. Maybe.
Taking a break from racing.
That was so cool. So, yeah, this one, let's see, this is a Mattel one. 2016, yeah. Oh my gosh. Holy mackerel. I'm just guessing. Do you like Pokemon? Most people like Pokemon. I like Pokemon. Pokemon was like really big like as I was becoming an adult, but obviously like I love toys and stuff like that forever. So I've got a lot of Pokemon. Except hold on, this little Pokemon wants to come say hello. Let's shut this cabinet for a second. Come here, little Pokemon. He's a chunky Pokemon. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is Kingston. So if you hear him barking, that's because he's sees somebody outside and he has to protect us. Right? Yeah. So he's Chihuahua Jack Russell Terrier. So he has nervous energy and running energy. Right? Yeah. Don't worry. I don't want your stinky breath on me. Okay, have you gotten your fill? Have you gotten all your fur on me? He's such a sweetheart. So, yep, that's who's barking in the background. Aw, sweet baby. Can I put you down now? Okay, I gotta put him down. Oh, he bonked his head. All right, I'll see you in a bit. Who else do we got in the room? We got one other person here. I appreciate everybody who's coming in. Even if you don't say hi, I've got a lot of cool things that I've been showing off here. I showed off some vintage retro comic books, so like Barbie, Uncle Scrooge, and then I have some manga that's like Shonen Jump manga from the mid 2000s. And I think, what else did I have in there? There was some Little Mermaid. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Okay, hi, you're back. And I have some more. So for you young folks, oh gosh, the sun is coming through the rain right now. We've had like crazy rain this morning. Oh my goodness. Hold on, let me move forward and get out of that. Okay, that's a little better. Okay. So this one I thought was really cool. I think this is actually from maybe like one of the theme parks. It's Visit Krusty Land. So that's pretty cool. The crustiest place on earth. I'm gonna set that over there. Oops. And not knock over my camera. Do you like Over the Garden Wall? Because I've got one of those sweaters. I love finding stuff like this at thrift stores. So it's nice to kind of run across some of the things that are cartoons that are beloved. Oh my goodness, I have so much to share. Okay, so let's see. I also have some cool stuff. I think this was from the 80s. So this, I think, gosh, this had to have been maybe mid 80s. Just kind of tell, I can kind of tell from the plastic and the illustrations. So this is from when I was in school. You like Alice in Wonderland? Oh gosh. I think I might have some Alice figurines. I had the Cheshire Cat at one point. I think I sold that one though. And the squeaking is Kingston again. I don't know what else I have had for Alice in Wonderland, but I will keep an eye out for stuff like that. So that would be a cool thing to kind of get a hold on. Yeah. Okay, cool. I want to know what like, keep an eye out for those things, and I'll have them at my booth here in Seattle in the Washington State area. I'll probably put some things online too. If there's an interest for it, my eBay store has gone unused for a couple of years. I put things up every once in a while, but I haven't really felt like it was worth a lot of time and effort to put things up there. There's just so much competition on eBay right now. But if you guys are interested in my channel, maybe that will help you like find the things that I have on eBay. Because right now it feels like a lot. Like you do a lot of work on eBay. Okay. Let's see. I have some more vintage stuff here. This is from 1991. This is the Micro Machines playset, and this one is really cool. It has a little bit of damage, but I've been like interested in looking up how to repair some of this stuff. See if I can get this off here. How does this open? All right. Okay. So this is really cool playset, and you can tell it was well loved. So this has like such a cool like little track on it. So you put the Micro Machines on it. There's like a little bit of a tear down here. And I would be interested in recreating some of these stickers and replacing them. I think that would be so fun to do. So this is cool. So this is where you pull back the Micro Machines and you press that and it shoots them. I think the spring might be a little worn out, but I know I can fix that. I can get tighter springs, and there's little screws here, and I can repair it. Although, I think maybe it's not meant to go too fast, because it's a short track. But it would actually be kind of fun. Just set it up to be like, oh, hey, I'm gonna make it mega fast. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay, are you interested? Porcelain dolls? Yeah, porcelain dolls. I see some every once in a while. There was one that I thought about picking up because it was kind of, they made plastic versions of this when I was a kid in the 80s and 90s called Tiny Tears. And I have a Tiny Tears plastic doll, but I saw the porcelain one, which I think was from the 70s. It could have been. I don't know how long they made Tiny Tears, but I know they were big in the 80s. Oh my gosh! All right, the Micro Machines RB is going to go down here. Oh, I see. I had my tail end open. You have 7 porcelain dolls. Cool. Are they any specific characters, or are they just cute dolls, cute porcelain dolls? Oh, I did at one point. I had the Disney Princess porcelain dolls. Those were really cool. Scary and cute. Oh, yeah. Creepy dolls. Okay, are you ready for some creepy dolls? Okay, so this I call these my son, my sons, but these are dolls from the 80s, from when I was a kid. This is a My Buddy doll. This is actually what Chucky was based on. So this one is a My Buddy doll. He's missing his hat and his shoes, but he's still really cute. Yeah, right? Okay, but it gets better. Okay, there was another doll that came out around the same time. They were Cricket and Corky. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is Corky. This is the boy. Cricket was the girl. But what made... Hey, Kingston, I'm trying to speak here. What made Corky and Cricket so cute was that they had a tape deck in the back and they read stories to you, like Teddy Ruxpin. Did you ever hear of Teddy Ruxpin? Okay, but guess what? It has the tapes. It has the operating and carrying tape, and then it has one of the story tapes, and that's in there. Isn't that cool? My gosh. But I think this was 1987? So, a long time ago. And when I saw them, I was just like, okay, yeah, I have to have these guys. Even if I don't keep these and put them up in my shop, I kind of get like that secondhand joy. Yeah, like being able to have them for just a little bit, putting them up at my shop and selling them to someone who will treasure and cherish them because like maybe they had like such a special memory about the toys that they had when they were a kid. And that's the goal with my shop. My shop is Geeky Boutiquey. And I love doing like just like bringing that joy to people. And that's what people say when they come over to my booth. They're like, oh my gosh, this is my childhood. And that's the goal. Yeah. Okay. So Corky, he has his shoes. And I think he also had a little cap as well, but I couldn't find it. I looked everywhere. And he has a storybook, a read-along storybook as well. And I looked through all the kids' books at that store and I couldn't find it. But he's still so special. And I know you can pick up like things like just his hat and the storybook online, eBay and stuff. So, yay! Okay, Corky. Corky's gonna go take a little nap. Maybe he'll keep Kingston company so he can stop barking. All right. Are you ready for more vintage? Okay. This is from, I think it was the early 90s. This is called a Zoob tube. And look at those 90s colors. Like the neon was so cool. And you think, oh, it's just a paper tube, you know, whatever. You know, who knows? What could this do? Ready? So this actually makes cosmic sounds is what they advertise it as. And you can do all sorts of things. Like there's a hole here which is where the sound is supposed to like kind of travel out. But if you do this, if like you can change the tone of it. Oh, it's so hard to hear. Yeah. But when I found it, my son, he heard it and he's like, that sounds like the sound of the cables breaking in Jurassic Park. I was like, yep. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I got 3 people in. Hi. Hello. Say hello to me, please. Been here for a half hour. Okay. So yeah, that's the Zoob tube. That's really cool. And let's see, I will move on to the plush portion of the show, of the channel. So I love plush dolls, and I found quite a few. And the way that I display my plush is a little bit more like, hey, this is all this stuff that's grouped together, like the Care Bears, Strawberry Shortcake, Rainbow Bright, that stuff, the 80s stuff all together. And then I'll do like a whole section of Pokemon. So you'll see like any of the Pokemon that I found, those end up in the same area. But I found a few that need some work, and I don't care. I love doing a little bit of cleanup on some of these toys because they're just special, and I want to give them another life for someone else. But this one made me so happy. Miss Piggy. She just needs a little bit of care with her hair. Girl needs a salon day. But she's so cute. And I love her dress. It's so iconic. Yes. Did you watch the new Muppets with Sabrina Carpenter? Oh my gosh. My hair is like the same color as her dress. Yeah, I really like the Sabrina Carpenter Muppets episode. I hope they make more. I really do. I guess Seth Rogen produced it. That it would be just great if they brought that back. Yeah. Okay. So she just needs a little hair day. She can have a hair day with the RuPaul Build-A-Bear that I have. Also needs a little bit of hair love. Okay, Miss Piggy, you can go hang out down here with Corky and my buddy. Okay, another vintage one made me super, super happy. Okay, I saw it and I was like, oh my goodness, this is Starlight. This is Rainbow Bright's horse. I had this doll when I was younger, and I'm pretty sure my mom has it at her house, but she won't give it to me. My mom won't let me have my toys. But maybe one day. So this guy, though, I got him for just a few bucks, but he needs a little love on his paw, or not his paws, his hooves. So there's these plastic discs that are supposed to sit in here, and I think what they've done over time is like they've pushed out, and so like they broke the fabric. I can remake those discs, and I'm gonna see if I can find like a similar, like this is kind of a plush velvet, and I want to replace the bottoms of all of these and put discs so he can stand. But this is Starlight. It's so cute. Speaking of Rainbow Bright, this is a remake of the Rainbow Bright dolls, but she's just as cute. She is also in need of some hair love. Oh my gosh. Alexia, you have 1,000 followers? Oh my gosh, can you give me some?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Not you, Alexa. So my Alexa spy bot just replied.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Okay. I gotta stop saying your name. Anyways, but she's so cute. But this was a reissue. I remember like all of my Rainbow Bright dolls. They were so cute. And they had the same kind of like iridescent dresses as well. But on my 18th birthday, this is, gosh, 90, 97, 96. Oh, that was my birthday, and I invited all my friends over, and I papered the room black in our basement and wrote things in fluorescent, and then put all my Rainbow Bright dolls. I put them up on the walls, and the black light reflected on all of them. It was so cute. So Rainbow Bright is also going to get a hair day. She needs some help. Kingston, hello. What's wrong? Is it too sunny for you to be inside? He wants to go out and play in the sun. Okay, all right. What's next? Oh, this guy. Okay, this is so cute. This is a little fox that was a Hallmark fox, and he was like the little Robin Hood Hallmark fox that came out at Valentine's Day. I believe this tag, it looks like it might be mid-90s, late 90s. I'll have to look it up and see, but it's still in really great condition. He's so cute. I love him so much. Okay. Oh, maybe you know this one. Okay, I've had this one before, and the person I sold it to was so excited. Do you know Rambo? This is I think there's a YouTuber who this is their character, but I sold one to someone who was just like so excited. And I'm like, okay, I want to chase that feeling again. So I found this one, and I'm like, all right, someone else is going home with this baby. Let's see. Okay. And then sometimes I find plush that I believe is just it's just too cute. It's not any character or anything like that, but when I find it, I'm like, okay, there's someone who's gonna really love this plush. I had a little puppet clown before, and this girl was just obsessed with it because when you opened its mouth, it would go boing, 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 and she loved that. And so sometimes I just get stuff like that. That's not character or IP based. But I saw this little alien and it was so cute. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to pick him up. I love the iridescent eyes. So cute. All right, watch out. I don't want to run your tail over, Kingston. Yeah? Okay. He doesn't want to get run over. I love aliens too. I'm an artist as well. And I'm doing a painting that is a little girl at a party. And she's looking like really grumpy. It's kind of me. But she's like looking like this. And she's being beamed up by aliens. And the whole party's like lively and everything. And for her, it just says, I want to be leaving. And I know that feeling sometimes when I'm just like, oh, there's too many people. So, yeah, that one, yeah, that's definitely oh, you're an artist as well. Okay, cool. Is there any specific things you like to paint or draw? Humans and roses. Ooh, okay, I like that. Um, and eyes? Yeah, because eyes are the window to the soul. I painted a little mural at because I my day job I build tiny house villages for the homeless, and I've been doing the murals on their service desk, the one where they go like ask for supplies and stuff like that. And I painted one of the villages is called Rosie's, and I painted roses on the underside of it's called an apron, and then on the shelf I put the rose. Oh gosh, what was it? The rose is a symbol of love, love, or love. What did it say? Oh my gosh. It was a really cool quote about roses being the symbol of love and life, which is true. But I took inspiration from like these tattoo rose designs. They were really cool. That's so cool that you're an artist. No problem. Thank you so much for joining me for like 40 minutes. I appreciate you so much. Hopefully, I'll get to post some more stuff soon. Thanks for following. All right. Do we have anybody else in the room? That's okay. I'm going to be... Oh, the bathroom. That's okay. I'm going to be... I'm just going to be showing stuff around and like talking some more about my story. I've got about 20 more minutes on this because I wanted to do an hour. And let's see, maybe I'm just going to start showing some of the stuff I have in boxes. Should be really cool. Oh, before I do that, got a Polly Pocket. This Polly Pocket is the shell one. This is from 2019, so it's a more recent one, but I know I have a lot of younger fans at my booth, so I try and have something for them. I do like kind of trinket boxes and just full of like their favorite things, like what are the grocery ones? And then Littlest Pet Shop. People really love those. The Sylvanian family stuff. Come here. No barking, baby. No barking. Okay, so this one's cool. It actually has the little figures still. Still has Polly Pocket figures, which is really hard when you're thrifting because most of the time it's just like, you know, the little play set but no figures. But I've got 2 girls in here, so that's really awesome. And I know someone will want that. All right, so let's get that out of the way. Okay. Oh, speaking of Polly Pocket, we're going to get the other 2 Polly Pockets out of here so you can see what I found. I think this was from, gosh, this had to have been maybe mid-2000s or teens. So I got a couple of the little Polly Pockets. They're so cute. I was trying to look for a date on these ones, but I can find it, you know. I thought Polly Pocket was so cute when I was little, and then they had Mighty Max, which is the boy version. I love running across those, so that's cool. I had boys, but they did things like Blue's Clues and Ben 10, Bakugan. They really love like the spy stuff, which was cool. They're both now in their 20s. All right. So this is another cool one. Another cool find is Choose Your Own Adventure. Has anybody seen or read the Choose Your Own Adventure books? Did you know that if anybody wants to do a book in this style, they cannot call it Choose Your Own Adventure? So people will rename their stories like Discover Your Own Timeline, things like that. It's actually like one of the most fun things. I was a big reader as a kid. So yeah, it was really cool to see this one, Deadwood City. Tangle with the meanest man in the West. You ride into Deadwood City, and before you can say, "Get along, little doggy," Kurt Malloy and his gang of desperados are hot on your trail. What can you do? If you decide to face Malloy in a shootout at high noon, turn to page 22. If you decide to get out of town by riding shotgun for Deadwood City stagecoach, turn to page 28. Whatever you decide, it better be fast, or else you might end up looking down the barrel of Malloy's gun. So that was really cool. And I know they reissued a lot of those stories. I picked up some at San Diego Comic-Con, so that was kind of cool. I got, of course, one about unicorns. Yeah, that would be me. All right, here's a more recent one. This is the first edition of the Jinx figure. I thought this League of Legends set was really cool, and the details were great. This was done by Spin Master, and I think this one just came out a few years ago. Yeah, 2021. So this came out during the pandemic. I mean, the Panini. Okay. Here's another one. This is the Playmobil figures. This one is in the box still. I thought that was really cool because, like, I don't see many of the Playmobil stuff in boxes. Let's see, do I have a year on this one? No. If I do, it's in Swedish. Okay. Here's another collectible. This one is the Hot Wheels set, the classic cars. Look at that. That's so cool. I like the flames on that one. So that Hot Wheels set, I think, was selling, this is from 2000. This one is selling for maybe about $60. That's crazy that Hot Wheels cars are worth that much, but 26 years ago. Oh my gosh. And Hot Wheels are like pretty collectible to an extent. There's some that like are just really hard to find. They only made a few or whatever, small collector release sets. So that was kind of cool. All right, we got a Pokemon build set, the Jumbo Pokeball. I'm just kind of piling it up to the side here. This one is cool. Billie Jean King, she's tennis legend. It was really cool that they started putting out some of the most famous female athletes of all time. But Billie Jean King was, you know, one of a kind. All right. Oh my goodness, Billie Jean. All right, and here's a more recent one. So this is the Dungeons and Dragon Honor Among Thieves. This movie was like one of my favorite movies. We had a really good time going to see this movie. We see a lot of movies, but you know, the gelatinous cube. That's cool. You can actually see that you put a figure in there and it comes with a lot of little extras. That was a cool find. I'm starting to lose my space here. All right, let's do another vintage retro item. Here's the Annie plate. Annie, oh my gosh, I watched this movie so much when I was little because it really was a hard knock life. But this one's really cute. I love her. Eileen Quinn was her name, the actress who played her. That's really cool. I'm probably gonna save this one and have it at RewindCon. I feel like that crowd would really understand the love of Annie. We've got a lot of people coming to RewindCon. There's gonna be Punky Brewster will be there. We've got the kids from Land of Steve Gutenberg, the Goot. He's gonna be there. And the guy who played Johnny Five in Short Circuit with him, he's gonna be there. Oh, Mark Summers from Double Dare. That is gonna be a fun show. I really hope that Soleil Moon Frye, who plays Punky Brewster, I really hope that she walks around and sees my booth because I want to have her sign my Punky Brewster paper dolls that my mom got for me. So I'm hoping that I see her. She's really like a big part of my childhood. Even though we were kids at the same time, I feel like we grew up together. Okay, so let's see what else. I showed this off on Instagram. This is a really fun record. Sesame Country. It was so fun. It had Loretta Lynn, Tanya Tucker, Glenn Campbell. Oh my gosh, who else? There was one. Crystal Gale, that's right. So a really fun album. You can probably listen to this online. But the story was I actually saw this stashed away on a shelf and it did not have the record in it. And I was so devastated. I was like, no, I really need this record. But on a hunch, I went back to the record section and there was like 5 minutes until the store was closing. And I just shuffled and there it was. The record had fallen out with its sleeve. So the record is in there. So Sesame Country. And I think this record is in pretty good condition. Oh yeah. Yeah, beautiful condition. A few minor surface scratches, so it should be okay. I'm excited to listen to this one. I have a record player and I still collect vinyl records. So yay, fun. I'll probably keep this one. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll keep it in my collection for a little bit and play it a few times just to have like some fun memories of that stuff. Or maybe I'll put it up in the shop. It goes for a little bit of money, which is good. I gotta make money. I gotta put my kid through college. All right. Then here's another fun one. I know a lot of kids my age played with this. The Domino Rally. So the Pathmaker. This is really fun because it goes along and it sets them up for you. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. And then you can tumble the domino rally down. All right, let's set that down here so I can get to some of this stuff. Got a little bit left to go. The Grogu, build your own Grogu model kit. There was a guy walking around the store. He had the Mandalorian and Grogu, and I just kept looking. I was like, oh my God, are those complete? And he's like, yeah, but I'm only going to get one of them. And I was like, I will absolutely take whichever one you're not taking. So I got the Grogu. He's so cute. That's the baby. The little baby. I remember everybody called him Baby Yoda, and everyone's like, that's not Yoda. And then for a long time, people were calling him Baby Yoda, but those who knew had to be like, his name was Grogu. All right. What else do I have? And I have next the Abbott and Costello. Who's on first? Board game. And this one's kind of cool. Not just because this is like, God, what is it? 1978, so as old as me. You know, 21. Okay, now 47. I'm proud of being 47. Oh, I'm sorry, 1979. So younger than me. But this came out when I was a kid. This one's cool because not only is it in excellent condition, but the pieces are still intact, like still in their punch page. So I don't want to pull that out. I want to leave that. But it's really cool. And it comes with the little stands that the guys sit in. And it's very old. But here's the dice. And I guess you roll the dice and I don't know, third base tomorrow. Star tomorrow. I don't know what that means. But it comes with the script of the entire Abbott and Costello comedy routine. So you get to like recite it with your friends. Third base. So, and that's in excellent condition. I'm hopeful that that one does really well at RewindCon as well. Either that or Vintage Fest, the Totally Rad Vintage Fest, which is going to be at the Seattle Convention Center. I'll be doing that one as well. And here is another retro board game. Has a little bit of damage, and I might come in here and get some acid-free tape and fix that from the inside, so at least it'll look in better condition. But this is the Alfred Hitchcock Presents Why board game. This one came out in 1958. So, let's see. My dad would have been a preteen, teenager. Yeah, he would have been a teenager at that point. Same with my mom. But this is got, I love the cartoons on this. And the stands were wood. So whereas you have stuff in the 70s, which was made out of plastic, this one had wood stands. And look at that. So cool. There's a very, let's just say racist character in there. Oh, those were the days, weren't they? Oh my goodness. But I love the names. Like here's Shylock Bones. They're obviously parody names of characters. The other one was Dick Crazy, which is like Dick Tracy. Sergeant Monday. But yeah, the oh my gosh, some of this is just like horrendously racist. Oh boy, the 50s. So again, I think this is something that will do really well at like the retro RewindCon and stuff like that. But yeah, look at the board game. That's such a cool design. Very cool. Whee! It's a mystery to me because Alfred Hitchcock. All right, and that's the board game section of the program. Let's get some stuff back up out of the way here. Put the Domino Rally over here. That was a cool find, the Domino Rally Pathmaker. You know, trying to be all techie and stuff. And I got a little less than 5 minutes here. I wanted to do Pokemon because I know that the Pokemon is a huge thing at my booth. A lot of people love my Pokemons because I find them. Sorry, they are just Pokemon. That just means all of them because it's like grass. You don't say grasses really unless you don't say, look at that grasses over there. You say, look at that grass over there, and it means all the grass. It's like Pokemon. It's like all the pocket monsters. But here we got Ninetales. So cute. And I love this one. Okay, here we go. We got a little Halloween Piplup with a donut. He's so cute. And Charmander. This one is a Pokemon Center from 2006. So this one's actually worth a little bit more. And I love his little scarf. He's so cute. What else do I got in here? Oh, okay. This is not a Pokemon, but it's KK Slider from Animal Crossing. He still got his tag and everything. Such a cozy game. All right. And another one, see, again, I like having some of these that are just like more special and cozy to the littles. This one is so cute. This Sully, he's soft. And like when I saw him, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta grab him. He's real cuddly. Look at this madness, this pile. All right. And here's another Pokemon. This is actually this puzzle hasn't been opened other than the plastic being removed. But I love Snorlax. And here he's so cute with Pikachu on his belly. All right. And what else? Oh, yeah. This is the Burger King toy. I've had a couple of these. That's Mewtwo. I had Palkia and Lugia. Lugia. And then I found this. This is the Pokemon Center kind of Christmas camouflage Ditto pajamas. These are so cute. Like, can you imagine waking up on Christmas Day wearing these? That's so cute. And that's a size medium, so it probably fit small adult, maybe woman. And oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, oh no, that's it. Okay, that's all the Pokemon. But this one was really cute. I thought that this would be great to grab to have at my booth because everybody remembers when Princess Di passed away. And it was really, I thought this was a sweet tribute for her. Even though it was like a capitalistic thing, I still think it's like a sweet tribute. But yeah, this bear might be one of the only Beanie Babies that I can see owning because I don't know about the rest. They're just like, meh, whatever. But okay, so that was a lot of sharing, and I need to do more lives. I have so much more to share. There's actually a big pile of I've got my vintage clothing. I found some really cool stuff. But I think I'm just going to end this. Please follow me on the social medias, like on YouTube. I want to start doing deep dives into a lot of the vintage stuff. And on Instagram, I do most of my stuff there. Please give me a follow there. Help me get to 1,000 followers on Instagram. I really appreciate you guys showing up and those who are catching the live afterwards. I really, really appreciate you as well. Thank you and have a great day. Oh gosh. Yeah, eventually I'll figure out how to do it. There we go.